Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel or welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maria and I'm so happy you took some time to stop by today. Okay, so today is so fun. A few weeks ago I did post on Instagram and I posted in my community post on YouTube that I wanted questions because I wanted to do a Q&A. I have never successfully been able to do a Q&A, I don't think. And I got lots of questions, which got me very, very excited. And when I was on Instagram, I noticed, well, I had posted on Instagram, and actually my friend Andrea from AKBBags had also posted that she was asking people for questions. So I wrote to her my questions, and then she wrote to me and she said, "Oh, I saw that you're doing the same thing. Let's collab." And so this Q&A is a collaboration with Andrea from AKBBags. I love her. So we're also going to be doing another collaboration coming up, to be determined when, but stay tuned to our channels. It's going to be a lot of fun. So once you're done watching this video, head over to Andrea's channel and let's watch her Q&A. Or if you're here after watching Andrea's video, thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful. Okay. The first one from Veronica Sid. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? I've been really interested in my handbags and accessories for a long time. And, one of my friends, Miriam, she would write to me and ask me questions. And she goes, I think you'd be good at doing YouTube. And I was like, really? I don't know. And I was like, but I always have kind of, well, not always, but I've been enjoying YouTube and I really enjoy researching on YouTube before buying bags or anything really. So I had already triggered a little bit of that interest in my mind, but I was way too socially scared to start that. And so at one point it was like during COVID, okay, I need to get over this fear and anxiety I have of talking to people. And so I filmed a first video. And I remember I sent it to Miriam and I was like, this is what I did. And it was about my Speedy 25 in monogram, like a what's in my bag, I think. And I was so nervous. And I remember when I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna put it on live. And I was like freaking out. And yeah, my channel's been super slow at growing, but it's been growing. And I have so much gratitude for the people who do enjoy my channel and who do enjoy my videos and who love dorky Maria. Like, I'm so grateful for that. And I really enjoy it. And it's really gotten me to get comfortable with talking to crowds of people, and I'm not really socially nervous that much anymore. I'm a really strong trainer now. I love people. And so it was just a question of breaking that ice to learn that I had that in me, So that's kind of how my YouTube started. And it was just a nice outlet for me to talk about something I had interest in with people who would hopefully watch who have that same interest, because honestly in my surrounding people don't really have that interest. They just have a couple bags, if that, and it's no one's really interested in luxury, or like I don't feel understood really. I was feeling judged. I don't really feel judged anymore. I'm able to kind of, we have different interests and that's okay. I totally own my decision. And yeah, so that's kind of how my interest into YouTube started, or how I decided to start YouTube. So thank you, Veronica. Okay, Kaylee, sweet Kaylee, how did you and Phil meet? Okay, so Phil and I met online on an online app, and we had been talking and then like chatting, and then we talked on the phone. This is like one of these matchy apps in the early 2000s, right? And then when we were like, okay, let's have, our first date after a few weeks. And we met up downtown, downtown Montreal, and we went to this place called Move and Pick, which doesn't exist anymore. I think it probably closed in something like 2005. But the concept of this place was, it was in Place Ville-Marie. And you have like different counters, okay? So like pizza, crepes, you just want sandwiches, you want whatever. Pastries, okay? It's different counters. And then you had this card, and then they would stamp depending on what you ordered. And then at the end, when you're ready to go, you go to the cash and they calculate your stamps and you pay that, okay? And so we were like, that'll be fun because there's something for anybody, anybody's taste. So we sit down because you don't have to eat when you go there. You could have just sat down anywhere, probably had a coffee, I think, and then we're just talking, and it's just too exciting to be together in person. And at one point, I look at him like, "Are you feeling hungry?" Because I kind of am. And we look at the time. We'd been there for 4 hours, and we hadn't gotten anything to eat yet. So we're like, "Okay, let's go get something to eat." And so it was just natural. It was the most comfortable thing in the world. And then we worked together for a while because, he was working at Desjardins at the bank in customer service and finance. He's always been a numbers guy. Now he's a CPA, certified professional accountant, and he's doing a master's in tax law. Like he's into numbers. And I was in school at that time, still and he was like, "Oh, this is a great part-time job at this customer service. It pays really, really well." And so I ended up working there for a while too. So that was cool. We were not in the same team. And since then I've learned a lot that I would never be able to work with my husband, ever. But he's a brilliant guy, and yeah, so that's kind of how our beginnings started. We were just like really good friends, and it just clicked, it just clicked. Any new bags that you're wanting, or designers you have not bought yet? New bags you're wanting. Honestly, right now I'm not really, I don't know if there's really a bag I want, to be honest. Um, I'm happy with the collection I have. I know I want a Speedy 20 in Demi Eben because I like the concept of wearing a Speedy crossbody, and I like that tiny size. Um, Winnie, I know you want to downsize. If ever you want to get rid of your Speedy 20 in Demi Eben, let me know. But yeah, I really want to get that bag. There's, of course, I'm always, I think, gonna be an Hermes girl. I love the aesthetic. I love the simplicity. So, there's so many styles from Hermes that I would like, but I really want, I know I want a bolide because I'm obsessed with the bolide shape. I know I would love a Constance. I really would love an Evelyn. I mean, Birkin and Kelly, like Birkin, I can definitely say no. That's absolutely not my aesthetic. It would drive me crazy. And the Kelly, like that, this one, that one is from Handbag Crave. It's called the Eva. It's a Kelly inspired bag, in beautiful leather. And that bag was an experiment for me to see, is that something I want to strive for one day. And honestly, it's a beautiful bag. I rarely carry it. Um, I don't know if I find it kind of finicky, and I don't know if it's a bag that I would really, really want. I definitely think a bolide would be a style I would wear 1,000% more than the Kelly. I'll never say never, right? As I get older, my style is going to change too. But yeah, those are definitely bags I would love to get. And then Aspinal wise, because I'm an Aspinal gal, probably another large Lottie, because I'm loving the one I got with Jackie, but in the quilted. And sorry, I still have feathers. I don't know where they're coming from. Um, but the quilted, uh, I think, Napa leather in navy blue, or the quilted caviar in navy blue. I think so. Love that bag. Um, but I just keep an eye out on the styles that they're going to come out with, and for sure there's going to be a bag at one point I'm going to be like, I need that. Okay, designers you have not bought from yet. Mulberry. I really, really want to get a Mulberry bag. I'm not sure which one yet, but I do want to get a Mulberry bag. I do want to try it out. What other countries would you like to travel to? Whew. Now, that's a long one for me to answer because I'm a traveler and there's a lot of places I want to travel. I haven't done Asia yet, and I would love to go to Asia. I want to go to Japan so bad. I really want to go to Australia. One of my friends, Kai, is going to be moving back to Australia, so I'm sad, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to have someone in Australia to go see, so that's really cool to help to allow me to visit. So, super, super duper exciting for them to be moving there in the Melbourne area. Melbourne. Um, the flight is what scares me because I hate flying and I get nauseous so bad, and so I have to have gravel. And but at the same time, I love traveling too much that flying is just okay. I get excited at the same time, as much as I hate the feeling of flying, as much as it gets me excited because it means I'm going away. And I mean, Europe, there's a lot of places I've not seen yet, right? I've not been to Spain, um, there's way more of the UK I want to visit. And, I want to go to Ireland, I want to go to Scotland, I want to go to Eastern Austria. I mean, there's just so many places I really want to go to. It's a hard question for me to answer, but a lot of places. Okay, and I mean, there's always going to be places in Canada I really, really want to see. And this year, likely our travel is going to be Canada because we have friends coming from Europe here that we normally go to see. So that's awesome. Uh, some friends from the UK will be here this year as well. And so I think this year we're going to take advantage of doing Western Canada. So go to visit Alberta and BC, which have been on my bucket list forever. I particularly Alberta, Lake Louise, Calgary. I want to go, stay in a little ranch and ride. I mean, the show Heartland goals. I I love horses, and seeing those Rocky Mountains, and just, I don't know, I really, really want to go to Alberta so bad. So I think this year's the year we're doing that. At least that's what we're talking about right now. Okay, thank you, Kaylee. Okay, Dawn, where have you lived? Where have I lived? Within Quebec. So now I'm close to Montreal, and yeah, I grew up about an hour or so away from here. But yeah, Quebec, Canada. What do you like most about your area? Where I live, I like how close we are to everything. Like, we have the main autoroutes that are very accessible, so it's easy to get, straight in the city. It's easy to get, and we have subway really, really close, like the metro. So it's easy to grab the road and go to Quebec, or go to the Eastern Townships, or go up north. Like, it's just, everything is so accessible. Um, I really like it. I like it for that. And what do I like about Quebec in general? Hmm. I like that we have 4 seasons. I do like that we have 4 seasons. Um, I'm grateful that we have free healthcare. Well, we pay it with our taxes, but I'm grateful that when I go see a doctor, I don't have a bill. Um, but seeing the doctor is tough. So, I mean, it's not perfect. No place is. Um, but if we can continue having years like we had this year where the winter was not too brutal, I'll be grateful. Although my little human heart is concerned because I'm like global warming and I'm worried about the polar bears. But at the same time, selfish Maria is like, yay. I'm so grateful it wasn't like a terrible winter. Um, Thanks, Dawn. Okay, let's see. Life with flowers. Are you finished with school or do you have more? I'm not. So I'm in my first semester of my master's degree. So I did do my bachelor's in HR management, and now I'm doing a master's in strategy. So it's a master's in business management, specialized in strategy. So for strategic planning, the way I like to see it is problem solving, but proactively, right? Like planning ahead what our business model is going to be, like that macro part of management. Um, Fascinating. So I'm very, very excited about it. I'm super duper excited about it. And boy, am I putting a lot of time into it. Do you work from home now? We work hybrid. So the days I have class, I'm home. But other than that, I'm pretty much in office, with the exception here and there of like, I know I'm gonna have a late night. I'm gonna try to work from home the next day if I can get someone to take my place in office. We just have to make sure that we always have a certain number of people in office because we do have some employees that are in office. But generally speaking, we're hybrid. So, um, you know, in average, I would say 2 to 3 days in office is what's expected. I normally do 3 to 4. So, do you prefer working in office or at home? I prefer in office, yeah. Home, it's really nice for when I'm in a crunch with school so that I can I don't have to worry about the transportation loss of time. Um, but, Phil works from home full time, so I hear him a lot, which distracts me. Um, and I have a harder time with that break, of disconnecting. Whereas when I leave the office, I'm leaving work for the night. Psychologically, I have my computer with me, but not thinking about it. And the other reason I love working from office is I love to see people and I love to have colleagues close by and I love to talk with the employees, and it's not only by teams, which I find really annoying, honestly. I'm one of these people that's like, okay, we've chatted enough. Let's jump on a call because this is not efficient. I really like to talk to people. I like to see people's faces. I like humans. Um, yeah, thanks, Life with Flowers. Okay, let's see. Didi Bean, how did you get started on YouTube? I think that was my first question. So I think I did answer that, but there was definitely that interest there to just have an outlet to share what I had interest in, and to try to get over my social nervousness. Andrea from AKBBags, who we're collaborating with. Okay, just need a sip of water here. Okay, how long have you been going to school? A while, because I did 3 years of fashion marketing, right? So wait, I graduated high school. Then I did 3 years of CJEP. Then I worked a year or two. And then I went into 3 years of fashion marketing because I was one of these people that was a bit lost. I didn't know what I wanted. 3 years of fashion marketing. Then I graduated fashion marketing and did an internship in HR at Holter and Fu. I had no idea why I was doing HR, but hey, that was the internship I found. It was still in the fashion world at Holt Renfrew, so that was amazing. And I ended up staying at Holt Renfrew when I worked there for a while. Um, and then in HR, which was awesome. Um, and while I was in school, I had worked there like part time as an employee, as a salesperson. So it was really, really fun. It was Holt Renfrew will always have a special place in my heart for that. And then I just started working in HR. Okay. Um, Slowly, I ended up saying, you know what? It was kind of like I was thrown in the water and learned to swim. Okay, that was me. But then at one point, I was like, you know what? I think I want to actually go study HR. So I signed up. I applied for university and kept working, but would do one class, maybe two classes a semester. And then there was a break for a couple years because I was doing fertility, and it was too hard for me to be handling work, hormones, and school. So school took a break during that period, and that was rough too. A lot of grieving to live. Um, and then when to get my mind off of that, I decided to continue my school. So my university, like if we don't count the break and stuff, for my bachelor's, it took me, I think, 7 years to get my bachelor's. So, but that was amazing though, because I was working at the same time in HR. So I've been gaining that experience uh, while I was studying it. So I was able to really see like concretely how we can apply these things. And so it was just really, really awesome. But sometimes I just wanted to be like, I just want to stop working and just do this, get this over with. But at the same time, I feel like it has so much more value because I was working through it all in the field. So that's really cool. And then I graduated. So I finished in June 2023, my bachelor's, and I had my graduation in November. And January, I started my master's. So I jumped right in. Right now I'm doing one class because I work a lot. But yeah, if at one point I have 4 years to do my master's. As a part-time student, I have 4 years. They put us on a timeline. So if at one point I feel like I'm not going to be able to, finish in time or something, and then I'll likely take a leave of absence for a semester to purely focus on school and finish. But I'm for now I'm dedicated. Favorite handbag that you own? That's a toughie because I love my Alma Bibi in Demi Ben because it's a very sentimental bag. It's the only bag I think I bought new in store, and it's a gift from Phil. I had put gift cards towards it that I had gotten from friends and family for my birthday. And I just love that bag. I love the shape of it. It's comfortable to wear. It's dressy. Like you can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's just like an ideal bag. Like for sure, if I can only keep one bag in my collection, it would likely be that one. So it probably is my favorite bag in my collection. But it's not my most used bag in my collection. I think I have to say I'm really, really, really into my my micro or my mini the tote bag in argan oil. I love that bag so much. But Aspinall, it's my zip top Lottie, and that's what I'm carrying right now. I'm carrying my. I'm pretty sure this is called old gold. I'll check. Right now I'm in a gold mood, and it just fits with everything, and I love it. I think my favorite one of the three I have, because I have black and I have navy blue, is I think the navy blue. I just think that the navy blue Aspinall, it's super dark. It's very close to black. It's very, very dark. So I think Cami likes navy blues, but that look more like blue. And the Aspinall navy blue is very, very dark. But I just love that combination with the gold. It's just so rich and beautiful. And I mean, it's the most fabulous bag. It's the most fabulous bag. It's comfortable. I think you can dress it up, you can dress it down. fits a ton in here. I love that the strap is chain and leather, so it makes it really, really comfortable. Love, 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 love that bag. I love all three of them, but I think if I can only pick one, it would probably be the navy. Favorite thing to do outside of YouTube? Be with the kids. Okay, so my godchildren, my nieces and nephews, for sure. I love it when we get to go do little getaways in little cottages, go to my sister's cottage. Love it. I love to go walk in the mountains. To go walk, like be outside and go for good walks. But not in the city, like in the woods, you know what I mean? In nature. I love that so, so much. I'm trying to get into knitting, but I really want to learn crochet, I think. Or just right now, I don't want time, but I would really love to learn crochet. I'm not really an artistic person, but I'm trying to tell myself that that's an art skill I could learn. Yeah, I love to read. Really into movies. So Phil and I are people who go to the movies a lot. Like right now, we need to go see Dune. We couldn't last weekend, but I think this coming weekend we're gonna go see Dune Part 2. We're big, big movie people. What else do I like to do? I just like to go eat. Although, because of my gluten, it's a bit hard. But, I just love to go to like a restaurant or a pub where there's like live music and you're just sitting and having a good time, or like trivia nights, that kind of thing. I just love it. I get very competitive. I really do. Cool. Thanks, Andrea. Okay. Apple Blonde. In a video, you had mentioned that you would consider doing a meetup. If you're planning on it, when are you thinking? It would be great to meet others who love handbags. Yeah, I had put that in my wish list for this year, and I'm very serious about it. I know there's a bunch of YouTubers, I think, that are getting together in New York area this year. I really want to go there for sure. Plus, it's easy access for me to get to New York. So, yeah, that's definitely something I want to join. If anybody comes to Montreal, let me know. Write to me on Instagram, send me an email, let me know. I would love to know, and I would definitely do my best to make myself available to you to see you. That would be so much fun. And then, like I said, I'm going to be going, the plan is I'm going to be going to Western Canada this year. So if anybody's in that area, let me know. That would be so much fun. I really would enjoy it. I would really, really enjoy to meet other people who have that same interest and, who've been talking through the comments and through the lives that other YouTubers are doing. And we have chats and get to know each other, and I would love it. It would be so much fun. But I myself am not organizing a meet and greet. Not at this time because it's just too much. It's too much. But if it works out and people are in the same area at the same time, that could be really awesome. Okay, other questions. Let's see. What are some of the best spots to visit in Canada each season? That's a hard one. Because Canada's huge. It's a huge country. I have not seen it all. There's a lot of Canada I've not seen. But I think in the winter, BC looks amazing, like Whistler, but Quebec is also really awesome in the winter. So, but it's cold. But old Quebec City is beautiful in the wintertime. Mont Tremblant, so a little bit more up north, or even the eastern townships, beautiful, beautiful places in the wintertime. And then in the fall, for sure, Quebec is gorgeous in the fall, early October. So that first week of October, roughly October 6th, 7th, 8th, that is the peak in the foliage, in all of the colors. It's absolutely beautiful. One moment it's there though, the next moment it's gone. Like all the colors, the leaves are brown, or red, fiery red, and then brown. But fall is absolutely gorgeous. In the summer, Montreal's really fun in the summer because it has like a bunch of festivals, and it's very, there's Formula One, and there's a ton of life in the city here in the summertime. But I mean, I've been to Prince Edward Island in the summer. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like the Maritimes are beautiful in the summer. And BC and Alberta look stunning in the summer. So yeah, I'm sure most of Canada is absolutely gorgeous in the summer, to be honest. And then spring, I don't know. Probably BC, like Western Canada is probably, and Alberta is probably beautiful in the spring, because here, like spring starts late here. Like spring starts maybe in May, where you start seeing flowers a little bit, late May, because March, April, I think half of May is, muddy and kind of gross. Although this year, maybe it's going to change because it's warmer this week. Warmer. It's like roughly, in the 8, 9, 10 degrees Celsius. But if it stays like that, maybe we're going to have an earlier spring. I don't know. But it's not like spring is often when we decide to leave for vacation because it's not beautiful here. But if you live in other provinces, comment below. Let us know where the best places in Canada are to be when in the year. That'd be really fun. That could be a fun conversation. Okay, let's see. What are your favorite 3 bag brands? Aspinall, Hermes. What is that? How did that happen? Okay. And so Aspinall, Hermes, and because I need my brands to be like classy, right? Classy and classic, and timeless. Like that's why I love Aspinall so much. I find it very timeless. It's not flashy. It's not, very modern silhouettes, and that's why I love Hermes as well. I love the heritage of it too. I love the equestrian side of it. That I love that equestrian side of it. Being a horse girl, I just love Hermes for that reason. Because I do like Chanel a lot. I really, really do. It's very elegant. I don't know what my third brand would be though, because honestly, like my top 2 is definitely like Aspinall and Hermes. And Hermes is what I strive to reach, but not, like I said, the Kelly or the Birkin. I just want so much more Hermes in my life, like in terms of bags, SLGs, accessories. I just want more of it. Okay. What is your favorite bag style? Either crossbody camera style, like, rectangle shaped bags, but I really, really love bags with like a dome, whether it be rounded bottom or rounded top. So that's why I love my Alma BB. That's why I love my bolide or the bolide style bags, like my Aspinall Margaux, which is, I'm so uncoordinated. That bag, like there, the one that's like this, or the little bag I had brought back from Italy. That's that shape. That's very, very reminiscent of a bolide. I just really love that rounded aspect to it, and my portobellos that have that rounded bottom. I love those kind of bags. Those are silhouettes I just reach for and never get bored of and adore. Let's see. Curious, are you a hockey fan? It's my favorite sport. Apple Blonde, yes, ma'am. So here our team is the Montreal Habs, the Montreal Canadiens, and I've loved the Montreal Canadiens forever. But I'm in a family of big hockey fans, right? So on hubby's side, so his sister has 2 kids, so her son plays hockey in college, and my niece, she's a goalie, and she plays hockey, and she's awesome at it. And then on my side, so I had two sisters that played ringuette. They didn't play hockey, but they played ringuette, which is very similar. And one of my sisters, her two girls play hockey, and they're hockey obsessed, and they're awesome as well. So my oldest niece, she's working really hard to get ready to play in college, hopefully. And then my youngest niece, she plays hockey, and she just eats, lives, breathes hockey. She loves it. Um, and yeah, and I mean, my family, like my dad and my sister, they have, season tickets for that new feminine professional hockey league, which is really cool. Um, I really enjoy it. The irony is I can't skate. I need to get over this like fear I have. I can show jump, but I'm terrified of skating. Where's the logic of this? Um, but yeah, huge hockey fans, and I don't necessarily watch every Habs match, but I'm always going to be checking what the score was and how the players performed. I love to go to see the Habs play. The dynamic is amazing when you go to the Centre Bell. It's the Bell Center. It's just amazing. Tickets are just crazy expensive. They're crazy expensive. But I don't know if it's my favorite sport. Like I really enjoy it, and I'm in a hockey fan family for the most part. I think my other sisters all hate hockey, but two of us really love it. Um, what is my favorite sport? I mean, I'm one of these weirdos that really like. I love to watch curling. Okay, so many people hate it, but I love to watch curling. I think it's such a strategic game, and that strategy gal in me, I love it. It's like watching. I don't know. I really enjoy it. Um, but I don't like watching golf. To me, that's watching paint dry. Okay, I hate it. Um, what else do I like to watch? I love to go watch, when there's tennis here in Montreal in the summer. I really enjoy that. And for sure, again, that show jumper in me, that girl who loves horses, I absolutely love when there's Les Internationales de Bromont to go there and watch the competitions. I love it. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of sports I like. I'm not really a athletic kind of person. Um, okay, what kind of music do you listen to, and who are some of your favorite singers and or groups? I have a lot of types of music I enjoy, right? Like I really love country, like Scotty McCleary or Luke Combs. I love them, right? I mean, there's so many country singers I love. I really like yeah. Let's say we're listening to. I'm in the car and I'm listening to my satellite. I love Highway for country music. I love Mosaic and Pop Rocks for anything that's like 90s and 2000s. Love that channel so much. Those channels because it's just reminiscent of my growing up, right? And then I really love Seriously Sinatra. I love crooners. Love crooners. So I love Frank Sinatra, Johnny Mathis. Um, I love, my gosh, Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney. I mean, name them. I love them. I love that. I can listen to that for hours. Hours. I'll never get sick of it. And then I love classical. So there's definitely a moment where I need classical. I'm reading, I'm listening to classical. I'm studying, I'm listening to classical. Classical is often playing in my life. And depending on the mood, like I'm really going to be into like Baroque, right? So I really like Jean-Sébastien Bach. And then, I mean, depending on what I'm doing, I might even want to hear like metal. Like it really depends on like the emotion I'm living in that moment. I think the one type of music I don't really care for that much is rap. Uh, it's just not my thing. But like I wouldn't go to we have like the metal music festivals. Um, I don't go to that. Like I don't love metal that much. But somebody plays a song at work or something, I'm gonna be completely fine. Um, okay, I think that's it for Apple Blonde. Thank you, darling. Okay, Michelle, Miss W, love her. When and how was your interest in handbags first peaked? Okay, so I worked retail and growing up, and I worked at the Gap. And one of the first bags I ever bought myself was at the Gap, and it was this hobo style bag, and it was navy blue corduroy. And so all the back and the strap was navy blue corduroy, and then the front, it was just an open pocket, didn't close or anything. And the front was like different corduroy and velvet kind of patchwork on that bag. And I loved that bag. Oh, did I love that bag? I carried that bag till I died. Like, I loved that bag. And I remember, and I used it, and I was like, okay, I need to change it, and went to Winners, and I bought myself, I think I probably spent like $40 on like another hobo style bag, and it was like this brown pleather, and I wore that bag until it peeled. Like, I loved that bag. And so, and I just had interest in in handbags or accessories that way, but I think it really started when I started fashion marketing. And then I got my job or my internship at Holt Renfrew. That killed me. Because I started seeing all this luxury stuff like in the flesh, like, easy access to it. And I think that's where my interest really, really peaked. But I've always had an interest in it, right? I always liked seeing the bags my sisters or my mom would carry and what they had in their bags. And I think the very first bag I got was this little plastic pink one that my Nana had got me for Easter. And I loved that so much. And then, I was maybe 11, and we went to a store called, what was it called? It was in the Jacob family. Jacob Jr., I think it was called at that time. It doesn't exist anymore. And I got in this really cute backpack, like 90s, right? And it was navy blue and white plaid. And I loved that bag so much too. So, yeah. If you were only able to purchase one luxury category, handbags, makeup, or clothes, which would you choose? Bags. For sure. Is French or English your first language? That's a good question. I grew up with both, right? So, like, with my mom, it's always been English. So, like, at home, we always spoke English. But on my dad's side, they're immigrants from Italy, learned French, right? So, I grew up with French and Italian too. But my most used at home was English, but at school was French. So I grew up with both. But English is definitely the most natural to me. Like, my French is excellent, but I still don't consider it to be perfect. And that's also why I find it so interesting doing my master's in French, because it's really going to be pushing it. Okay. The food you make always looks delicious. What is one of your favorite meals? You know what my favorite meal is? And it will always be. It's been forever, and it always will be. Most simple thing, right? A good delicious homemade tomato sauce, some delicious homemade meatballs. I don't like huge meatballs, though. They need to be somewhat on the smaller side. And a really good spaghetti. I'm gonna make that tonight, I think. It's my comfort food. It's my ride or die. It is I don't know what to eat, and it just always brings me so much comfort and joy. Yeah. But not like, I mean, I buy jarred sauce, but I'm very, very picky on the brands I buy. But there's nothing like a homemade sauce. I love it. I love it. And, sometimes I like, I call it Quebecois sauce because it's a very Quebecois thing, but like in your tomato sauce to chop up like celery and carrots and onions, and you put in the ground meat in there instead of making meatballs. I find that like a meat sauce. Ugh, I love that so much too. I love it so much. It's making me starve right now. Like, I really want spaghetti now. And Phil has an exam tonight, so guess what I'm gonna make? Spaghetti. But I really like baking more, right? Because cooking, As much as I love to cook, I like to cook if I have time. Like, I don't like cooking during the week. I hate it because I'm exhausted. I feel rushed because I have like school stuff to do after work, and I'm like, I can't spend 2 hours in the kitchen. But on the weekend, it is one of my happy places. I love to cook and bake. I really, really enjoy it. Which provinces in Canada have you traveled to? Um, so like I said, all over Quebec because Phil's family is spread out here. Good chunk of Ontario. Um, I think all of the Maritimes. And I think that's it. So that east half of Canada. I have not done Western. So I have not done, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC. And I've definitely not done the territories. I would love to go to like the Northwestern Territories, Yukon. Like that's on my bucket list one year because I want to do like the Aurore Boreal. I just, it looks amazing. Um, but this year, I really do think we're going to be doing Western Canada, and I'm very, very excited about it. Awesome, thank you. Okay, fashion cabin. I think this is the last list of questions. With summer right around the corner, what is your favorite face SPF? And yes, I'm definitely an SPF gal because of my vitiligo. I have to. My favorite one by far is by La Roche Posay. Um, and I'll link it below. I just love that sunscreen because it's good. It protects me really well. I don't burn with it, generally speaking. It's light. It's very, very, very liquidy, and it just melts into your skin. But it doesn't have like a strong sunscreen smell. And I find makeup, if you want to put makeup on top, it applies really nicely on top. So I love that sunscreen, and I've been faithful to it for the past 4 or 5 years, maybe. Do you drive? I just realized I've never seen you drive in your vlogs. That question is so interesting, and it made me laugh when I saw it come in because the truth is, I hate driving. I have a severe fear of driving. I will drive if I absolutely have to, if there's an emergency, but I'll be panicking the whole time. I don't like it. I really, really don't like it. I don't know why. I've had this fear forever. But yeah, it's really not something I enjoy. I really don't enjoy it. How did you meet Phil? We talked about that. Have you watched any K dramas on Netflix? I newly discovered Korean dramas and I love them. No, I have not. I'm gonna have to look into that. But honestly, right now, I don't have time to watch very much TV. If we watch anything, it's movies. Um, Easy on Netflix. What we've been watching lately is Seinfeld because I never enjoyed Seinfeld before, and now we just needed a sitcom that we hadn't seen, and we're like, okay, you know what? I'm a grown up now. I want to try Seinfeld, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. So yeah, we've been doing that. But yeah, shows that I'm faithful to when they're on is Heartland, The Good Doctor. There's a show on Apple. Oh my god, I forgot what it's called. It's brand new. Um, it's about Christian Dior and Coco Chanel during the war. It looks so good. And you know what show? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. If you have Disney, watch The Artful Dodger. I loved The Artful Dodger and I am dying. I mean, it just came out end of November. I have a while to wait if there's going to be a season 2, but I'm dying for a season 2 of The Artful Dodger. I loved that show. Loved it. One of my favorite shows in forever. So, okay, there we go. We got through all of the questions I had gotten on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so, so much to all of you lovely people who sent me questions. This was so much fun. Thank you, darling Andrea, for collaborating with me. I cannot wait to go watch your Q&A. Make sure to head over there to watch her Q&A if you have not seen it. And yeah, if there's anything you wished you had asked me and wasn't answered here, let me know in the description box below. And on that note, this video is long enough. I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so very much. I'm sending you great big hugs, and I will see you very soon.